Hey everyone, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. Today we are, well, doing our Christmas special, specifically answering the most noted ever asked question, Joel, what do you eat in a day today? And even though I've done this before, I'm going to show you exactly everything I've eaten or will eat today. And this video is going to be brought to us by Dreo, the chef maker, one of the coolest cooking apparatuses I have ever used. And I will say it does it very, very well. It's more than an air fryer. It's more than your conventional thing. It looks like this. I'm going to show you what it's all about. And in fact, we're going to cook everything today with this Dreo. So the Dreo is a combi fryer combining different cooking methods. So easy to use as an air fryer, but giving the professional results of something as complex as sous vide. Seriously, with the push of a button, you can have perfectly cooked food that you do not have to babysit, and it is so easy. We're going to show you about that all today. The chef maker itself uses a super convection heating system, also the use of cooking probes to ensure proper cook temperatures, different combi cook programs, and even a water tank and atomizer to ensure a perfect moisture within your food. Delivering the perfect taste, consistent results, this truly is the ultimate and simplified cooking method. The chef maker also delivers the most moisture content, even when compared to sous vide, oven, or grill cooking methods. Again, giving you consistent results brought to you through perfection of the innovation. Again, allowing you to break free from the kitchen. You set it and forget it. And with over 44 unique presets of each type of ingredient, it is literally so simple to use. You have the app bringing you constantly new recipes and step-by-step video guides. This is the smartest and easiest cooking method out there today, giving you guaranteed results. And it's easy, straight out of the box. You have the quick start guide, you have the cook and marinade guide, and then very simply we have a user manual, the cooking tray, the cooking probe, and of course the Dreo down below. And of course some cleaning tips are useful as well, including what can be washed in the dishwasher. They have this really nice cooking chart for classic mode as well, which covers everything from veggies that we may end up using later, but also recommendations for meats, recommendations for snack foods, pizza, pastas, even breads. And furthermore, again, they even give you like the minimum safe temperatures, which is absolutely fantastic, and recommendations for searing and or resting. And for the chef mode, they even have a huge variety of different marinades and recipes that they do recommend, and you can use for everything. So yes, you are going to learn about the Dreo, but I promise you, that's just part of it. I am actually going to be answering the question, what I eat throughout the day. And then actually I asked for Q&A questions on YouTube that I'm going to answer your other common whatever questions. So what do I eat day to day? What does Joel eat? Well, he eats lots of stuff, put it that way. But you're going to see what we're eating today. And that's about it. It's starting. I have been crazy busy working day. It is about 4:50 and we're just going to the gym now. I haven't eaten anything today besides drank some liquids, and I'm not going to eat till I get home from the gym. So we're going to be eating pretty late. That being said, let's go to the gym and then let's eat. So to start, I'm just going to burst a lot of your bubbles right now. There's nothing magical I eat. I eat technically the same stuff every day. Not by these like exact same foods, but I count my macros, which is the way I kind of count and monitor my calories on a today like today where I worked out, did my cardio. So gym took it's about an hour and a half for me to do my workout, did a pull day. And then I did about 30 minutes of cardio. Long story short, total macros for the day are going to be about 550 carbs and protein combined, which is about 2,200 calories, and about, I should say 60 grams of fat, might be a little more or less. Total calories are going to be about 2,800. And then if I don't work out that day and I only do cardio, I do about probably 500-ish less calories. And then if I, do nothing, then I do even less. So that's kind of it. So I'm gonna start with getting some green beans cooking in the Dreo. I'm gonna show you to do that. I'm also going to do some toast in the Dreo. Believe it or not, I toast in it. It works perfect. Then I'm gonna cook some fish in it, and that will get us a start. Oh, some potatoes as well. And yeah, you're basically gonna see everything I eat today. So let's get started. Makes great toast, so let's try it out. So I just turn it on, take my toast, my bread, throw it on in there. Then we're going to the classic mode. We're gonna go down to toast, press go. And yeah, I think 350, 5 minutes sounds good to me. And of that, we're making toast. All right, so normally I actually eat everything standing up at my counter, just the way I do it, because I like to grab and whatever. So I'm actually sitting for once, and I'm grabbing my toast out of the Dreo. I'm gonna try to show you guys like what and how I eat, right? So here I got two very runny, like sunny side up eggs, I guess you'd call them. So like I said, I'm gonna try to show you guys the best I can, you know, kind of what I eat. I have some potassium salt, like fake salt. Put that all over the yolk. Same with the way too much salt. I take my toast. I love me a runny, dippy yolk. Oh yeah, that's the salt. And you do it right, the salt kind of coagulates the yolk. So anyway, to start, 2 eggs, 2 pieces of toast. I've been going by our classic mode cook chart. Got myself some frozen green beans. So let's put them in at 320 for about 14 minutes. Classic cook, green beans. So let's set it as well. We can easily adjust the temperature down to 320 and 14 minutes. Get it out, put it in, go, and we wait. And we can see the beans cooking in there, which look awesome because even though it's frozen, you can see how it's really maintaining the shape, the integrity, and I look forward to seeing how nice and crispy and texturous they are. And it's about to finish. Woo! All right, and this is what I love, so check this out. So they are like crispy, they are crunchy. This is one of my favorite way to do green beans because you have this like, it's still moist, with a little bit of a crisp, a little bit of a crunch, which is so pleasant. That's really roasted flavor. I mean, I'm just straight eating them plain, but oh, that one was really nice crisp pot. A little bit of salt, something super basic. So good. One of my favorite ways to do green beans. And then another thing I like to actually use the Dreo for. So you can actually just like bake potatoes if you just want a straight baked potato. But I like to take them, cut them up a little bit, and basically make like French fries with it. With the air fryer function, you can get some delicious kind of nice crisp French fries. And obviously what I like about it is it's healthy. It's not like deep fried extra oils and stuff. And got our fries, potatoes, put them in. Classic cook, air fry. Again, if you want to bake potato, we can do bake it, but we're gonna air fry that thing. And this one I like to put up at 400. That's also recommended in the little cheat sheet. And I find starting, depends on how many you have, but good 20 minutes or so is fantastic. And what's awesome is the fries are starting to look like fries. And I can smell them. Smells good. So the only like logic to the foods that I'm eating, like again, these are foods I like, these are healthy. This is my preferred. Honestly, if I would not rather eat pizza, pasta, I would not rather be eating donuts, sweets, anything. This is like, I love this stuff. That's why I eat it. There is a little bit of strategy into behind the like order I'm eating my foods. Which I normally actually generally eat one by one, and the order being like, for example, I'm going to eat this whole pineapple, but if I eat this pineapple first, it kind of breaks your mouth, it changes your taste buds and flavors a little bit, so I always start with the things which are the simplest, like eggs and salt, very simple. I'm going to have like I had the green beans with basically just salt, a little bit, I can't believe it's not butter. Like anything, so bread and veggies to start, which I love veggies anyway. I actually do eat them first because I like them very, very simple. And then, like, for example, then I have the potatoes cooking in the Dreo for later. I have, the fish that I'm going to cook up here shortly also, which I'll have that. So we got going, and the amount of potatoes is 600 grams, about 100 carbs. And then the bread, we're about 30 carbs. And the eggs were at about, around up to 15 grams of protein. I don't count everything like 100%, but roughly. And I also don't count like the calories in the green beans and that kind of stuff. So, voila. And while I'm waiting, I'm gonna have just literally fifth scoop of protein. I just dump it out. And then with a small apple, which way I like to eat my apples is actually with a salsa en polvo or chili en polvo, like tahini. This is Valentina brand. We're gonna dump a little pile right on. Yum. So far what I've actually eaten would be 3 pieces of bread, the apple, 2 eggs, the green beans, potatoes are cooking. I'm going to cook the fish after that, and a little bit of scoop of protein. And I'll show you a little bit what I did for my workout later. People always ask me, I'll just show you guys. There's nothing special, nothing fancy. And now, in a moment here, I'm gonna go sit down and take a breather, as I literally just ate this all at the same time, kind of one meal. And take a little bit of a break while the fish cooks. So there's potatoes are done. And then we'll answer start getting into some of the Q&A questions. Of course, this is the biggest question, what I eat in a day, but the specific Q&A questions that you guys asked. So let's get into those here momentarily. The next thing that I'm also going to prepare to eat is, I'm not gonna eat it right now, but I prepare it, is I'm gonna make some oatmeal. I love me my oats, my oatmeal. I eat them with Splenda, salt, and can't believe it's not butter. So I'm gonna have 1 cup. So I'm basically just, prepping this, add some hot water, let it sit, and all that good stuff. And not even 20 minutes, we have literally what I think is the perfect French fry. I mean, look at these things. They are crispy, hot. I'm trying to burn myself. Steaming hot. Very hot, but crispy, delicious. You can season the way you want it. I personally just cook them plain, and then I mix them in a dish of different hot sauces and ketchups and mustard and horseradish. I love all different flavors, and I'll show you what I'm mixing up. So we got some cayenne pepper sauce, a couple types of mustard, some horseradish, some extract, a little bit of a Montreal steak spice, a little bit of Splenda, and I'm gonna mix this on up. Yeah, it looks like goop, but it tastes dang delicious. Sweet, salty, spicy, all the above. Truly another item I love out the Dreo. Like I said, the Dreo just does, well, it can cook anything, but it does something so well. French fries being one, which is so awesome. It basically cooks for you. And I am okay with that, because then I can work and do other stuff. And the next thing I'm actually going to cook in the Dreo is a lovely piece of fish. So this is a great big, basically cod fillet. It's about 1 inch thick. Definitely 1 inch, 1.5 inches is definitely the nice minimum thickness you want for a piece of meat when you're going to use kind of the chef mode or probe cook, which we're going to do right now. We're going to do some chef mode action. This is where it really gets really fancy, and we can basically just leave it and it cooks it to perfection. So you want to get the probe into the thickest part of the meat, and you want to avoid any bones or any thin spots, but you just, kind of lightly, gently push it all the way into the nice thickest part of the piece of meat, and just kind of shove that on in there and throw it in the thing, let it do its business. So we got the fish now probed, and we're going to go to chef mode right here, and we can select what we're cooking. Today we are going to be cooking some seafood, and here we got all our options, and we're down to our cod fillet. About 20 is probably, yeah, we got the probe in, thickest part of the food. This will be on the shorter end today. Yeah, I think the 20 minutes is definitely accurate, and achieving doneness. And just like that, it's gonna do its own thing. Amazing. And just like that, fish is done. It is very nicely cooked, if I do say so myself. And again, you probably season this. I just do it plain. But look how moist that is. That is so moist, so juicy, Super tender and nice and flaky. And with some of my favorite seasonings, let's try this on out. So I went with some cayenne pepper sauce, some Cajun seasonings, and a little bit of a spicy seasoning I really like called Papa's Peppers. Anyway, let's see what this is all about. Nice and hot. I like my food hot, that's for sure. Woo! Like, it is just absolutely so tender, which sounds funny because I don't think I normally call fish overly tender. This is perfect. And yummy. Now, while my recipes are pretty boring, that's just the way I eat, I would definitely recommend checking out some of the recipes that Dreo has. Because they look and sound really, really good. Keep throwing the sweater on and off because it's warm, and then I'm go over the kitchen's cold, and I did cut me up my pineapple. This is a whole pineapple. Love pineapple, one of my favorite things. I love it with tahini and or like chili en polvo, salsa, you know, all that stuff. Delicious. I can put on my apple. Best thing ever. Woo! Honestly, one of my favorite things. And I put a bit of Splenda on it too. Sweeten it even more. Honestly, definitely one of my favorite foods. All right, so let's get into your questions, guys. First, Hoods Up says, would you ever consider making a video of how many calories you can eat in an entire day? No, because it'd be stupid. It would be a crazy amount, but here are seeing the average calories I consume in a day. Bree3 says, what was your favorite and least favorite challenge this year? That's a really good question. I think if I had to, and whenever people ask me favorites, it's always very difficult because you got to realize I've done a surplus of 600 challenges. So that's a lot. But of this year, I do appreciate the, whatever. One of my favorite would be probably I'm going to say it's one of my barbecue challenges I've done. The one at a place called Del Toro was really, really good. A barbecue challenge which recently was amazing was at Blue Line Q and Stark. And least favorite, I'll be honest, I got kind of not the warmest experiences from the challenges I did in Hawaii. So those aren't out yet, but stay tuned for those. Those are fresh in my mind. They're just very disappointing experiences. But least, probably a time where I got ripped off or somebody lied to me. What's the most you've ever eaten in one sitting? So, and that's from Nicholas Oblivion. So technically the most by weight of anything I've eaten in one sitting is ice cream. There's a couple times I've eaten like 20 plus pounds of ice cream, and yeah, horrible, never again. But I've done it about twice. Oh, you don't feel good. Rachel Williams says, how do you manage your weight? So basically, kind of like I'm doing, like exercise is key. A big thing which I normally do, and you guys aren't seeing really right now, because I've been trying to gain some of my lean tissue back. So I guess you can say I've kind of been bulking. So I haven't done any of my hardcore dieting, but just as I modulate my calories day per day based on my exercise, I also do it based on like what I consume. So when I do a food challenge, I don't eat foods. It's not like I'm eating anything else the rest of the day. And you modulate it out over a week or however long you be eating in a caloric deficit. I'm about the heaviest I've been in about 7 years. The most adipose tissue, the fattest. Some people like to say, not my words. I've been about 195, almost 200 pounds. About 195, I'm up about 20 pounds this year because I have been trying not to do the extreme dieting of low calories and surpluses, low calories and extreme deficits after my challenges of recent, because I've been trying to gain some of my lean tissues, and I've tried. I can't gain my muscle back always dieting. So there you go. One food you can't do without, I'm just gonna say animals and pineapples. Well, no, like this, and I could do without any food, but my favorite foods are animals and tropical fruits, specifically pineapple. So, heck yeah. Faith Defoe asks many questions, but I'll answer the first one. She says, do you have side effects of eating so much food? Absolutely. You feel horrible. You'll gain weight, as we just discussed. It's not healthy. I monitor like my blood lipids and my cholesterol, a lot of genetic factors in that, but also like my other blood markers, such as like my glucose, my HbA1c, so, kidney health. So yeah, there's definitely side effects. I do not recommend anybody overeating. Mike says, would you be open to hiring a chef or cooking your own food for challenges in the future? No, because I did that a few times back. It's been a little bit, but I've done a couple like at home challenges. One, I don't enjoy them. I don't aimlessly like to eat large portions of food. I understand if it's not necessarily aimless if it's at home, but I don't just gorge normally. And people don't seem to like the home videos, at least based on my experience when I try it out. So no. Singer Baby says, do you plan to visit California in New Year? Yeah, I'll be there. I don't know if I'll be doing any challenges, but I'll definitely be in California. Next question by Tortugalisa. Sorry if I mispronounced it. Her question says, why does everyone drink so much liquid during competitions? One would think it would fill your stomach faster. Well, it does fill you up. I mean, your stomach only has so much capacity, and definitely if you're filling up with food or liquid, you're filling it up. But it aids with getting the food down and consuming the food. Plus, I drink a lot of liquids anyway. I've been showing it, but even since I started eating, let's say 30 minutes ago, I've probably consumed at least minimum 2-3 liters of liquid. The Spirit says, as a teenager, do you find you could out-eat your friends? Not really. Again, and this will answer another question from a lot of people. It's how did I get into eating? I truly do not think after, myself and meeting hundreds of people, with the exception of 0.00001%, no one's just born with the ability to eat a lot of food. I was not born with the ability to eat a lot of food. It was trained, it was learned. Just I didn't jump out of the womb and go run a marathon. Maybe some people can jump out of the womb and run a marathon. It's something you have to work for and train, just like I couldn't do the splits, you know what I mean? The splits, gymnastics right now. But if I put enough effort into it, enough work into it, it's a muscle. It can stretch, I'm sure I could. Stomach's a muscle too, it can stretch. It's a science behind it. No, I didn't used to, I always liked to eat. I actually was very obese as a child. I was about 160 pounds when I was 8 years old. So I always liked to eat, but it's not like I could eat, pounds and pounds and pounds of food, Sharon B from Philly says, what career did you consider before becoming a professional eater? And why I'm answering this question is because our good friend Kathy answered he was a model, and that's incorrect. So let's set the record straight, because Google will tell you all kinds of wrong things, everybody. One, I was never a professional model. Google will tell you I was. That's totally false. It'll also tell you I'm a millionaire. Not true. Yeah, and it was born in America. It goes on. It's all fake. But no, I was not a professional model. My career was nutrition, which it still is. I'm back to nutritionally counseling a couple individuals. Again, it's something that I stopped doing for quite a while, and I'm starting to get back into it a little bit. It's what I enjoy. I only did modeling as a side gig, kind of like a hobby. That's same as I started with food challenges. So just started doing it kind of for fun. The food challenges are really kicked off. The modeling, I had some fun, did some shoots, had some really cool opportunities, did some commercials, a little bit of even some work in a couple TV shows, but that's kind of where I left it. It was fun, but no, all my multiple degrees, my profession, etc., all revolves around foods and nutrition. Which maybe I'll take on a few more clients, so if anyone's interested, it'll make you comfortable. Says, how about a Canadian tour? I'd like to see Manitoba. Actually, Manitoba, while I've been to all the provinces, Manitoba and Newfoundland are the two provinces I have not done food challenges in. The only two. I've done everywhere else. Why not Manitoba? or Newfoundland yet. Well, they're both kind of out of the way. So, Lee Tuss says, do you eat all the food at Christmas dinner? No. How much to eat with the family? Enough to fill my macros. That's what dictates what I eat every day. Basically just filling numbers. Megan Clark says, has there ever been a challenge where you didn't like the way the food tasted and make it harder to finish? 100%. Many challenges. I don't like the necessarily, I don't want to, well, listen, I'm a very simple and a very thankful person, all right? It's very rare that I would ever not find enjoyment in food. And the same goes for all aspects of my life. My car's transmission literally blew up yesterday on the side of the road. I had to get towed and everything. It sucked, right? I could be pissed off the whole night. I could be pissed off today that I had to go freaking rent a car out of my pocket, pay money. But you know what? I'm just thankful that I could do such. So I could go to the gym and I could go to the grocery store and I'm eating a pineapple, which is delicious. So is there food I didn't like where the food tasted? Many, many, many times. There's a lot of things I eat that I'm not a fan of. Like, there's a lot of people who won't eat foods they don't like. I eat foods I don't like all the time. I don't like cheese. I don't overly care for restaurant deep fried French fries. I generally don't really like pizzas or pastas. I would never order those just randomly. Those are just a couple to name, right? But I can always find enjoyment in them. And if it's a good item, it's a good item. I show respect and appreciation where it's due. If it's a good pizza, it's a good pizza. And another thing, people some people who obviously just don't watch enough of my videos or watch many, they're like, you always like the food. It can't all be good. Bro, find appreciation. Be thankful that you can eat. Be thankful that I'm eating. I'm thankful, right? And just because, and I guarantee you, not everything I eat, I said, wow, this tastes delicious. But I find enjoyment in it. So maybe it's a really nice texture. I said, or maybe it's cooked perfectly. There's lots of items that's be like, hey man, hey, this is a good pizza. It's cooked perfectly. I didn't say this is the best pizza I've ever tasted and I love all the cheese and everything in it. No, but if it's a good sauce, I'll say, hey, it's a good sauce. It was cooked perfectly, I'll say it was cooked perfect. And if I don't say anything about it, or I say very little, that speaks for itself. It's not like I'm gonna take a bite of the pizza and be like, oh, this tastes like butt. So that just goes to show you, if there's ever a food where I say something really didn't taste good or whatever, it was probably really bad. And that answers the majority of the most popular, highly rated questions. But we'll definitely answer a couple more here in a bit. And just saying, that Dreo does the potatoes, like those fries that I make, it does them the best possible. Seriously, the best way. Super crispy, no oil, nothing, just that's the kind of potato and fry I like. I have a little bit of some broccoli crowns here, which I was eating. I actually put Splenda on the broccoli. Adds a little sweetness, it's really nice. So, I still haven't eaten the oatmeal, but it's all done. So far, including that oatmeal, 430, 440, between our carbs and our protein. We're about almost 100 grams of protein, and then the rest would be carbs. So about 340, we'll say. And that is including the oatmeal. And then so I'll have a little bit more protein. We actually have some lean ground pork. Got it from a local place. Super lean. I just found out they have it. And it's a good price. I might cook that up in the Dreo. All right, we're doing it, everybody. We are cooking the pork. No, I'm not gonna eat this all. This is a 2-pound. It's gonna be a 2-pound meatball. Well, this I actually seasoned, unlike pretty much anything else. I put some Montreal steak spice in it and on it. And if you make your meatballs or mix your meat or whatever in a bag, then you're gonna save a lot of a mess. So anyway, 2-pound meatball. 2-pound meatball. Now what we're doing with this is I'm doing this in probe mode. So, just like we did before, we're gonna take our probe got probe mode here, probe cook. So now we get to select the temperature to 165 degrees. That is the temperature we want for our pork. Probe, just like before, we're taking it and sticking it deep into the meatball. So just whoop, like the fish. And this, I'm just gonna lightly lay this in here. Close this up. And we are going to start cooking. And just like that, it will take us to 165. Gonna have this oatmeal now. Heat it on up like Splenda, a good bit. I like it pretty sweet. I mix that up. I'm gonna take some salt or salt substitute, a little bit of both. And I just kind of put a layer over the top. I'll mix it in sometimes, but I find if I mix it in, because it's not as strongly hitting your tongue, your palate right away. But then I'll take just a little bit, a fine little sniblet. We can't believe it's not butter. And take that in each bite. Again, same thing. I find if, oh, man, that's like delicious. Literally delicious. If you don't mix it all in, I find it, you can use less and you taste it more. The way that meatball's looking, so I'm excited to try that out in just a moment. All right, everybody, and it's finished. And this thing looks awesome. I'm gonna pull this probe out. Woo-wee, look at this. That is a 2-pound meatball. Got this like lovely little bit of a crusty crisp on it. Looks delicious. Smells delicious. But I'm gonna weigh out a small piece and let's try it out. Right, weighed out the little piece I wanted. This looks awesome. Smells good. Well, woo, hot, but very good. Heck yeah. The best part is I can just set it and leave it. But on a side note, I'm definitely gonna buy this lean pork in the future. That's what I'm all about. Admittedly, I'm always looking for a deal, I shop sales, all that stuff. And I actually, believe it or not, enjoy like lean meats. I don't eat anything fatty, you know, or splurgy outside of a restaurant and like off camera. You know what I'm saying? So pretty basic person when it comes to eating. And just because I can, I'll try it with some hot sauce. See what it's all about, that pork hot sauce. Yum. That put us roughly about 480 out of our 550. And I made up about 2/3 of a cup of oatmeal, 40 carbs and protein, so that brings us to 520. Pretty much it. We're mostly done eating for the day. It is about midnight, just late day. I mean, so technically I consumed everything I have so far in about the last three to 3.5 hours. 3.5 hours, I guess. No, I don't recommend eating like that. There's no benefit to eating like that. I just needed to hit my macros, like I needed to eat X amount of food by the end of the day. And I had a really late start on everything, just with busy day working and kind of craziness. Like I said, my car broke down yesterday, and that was been a bit of a situation. And yeah, go back to the computer. And I'm waiting for the oats, but the last I'm gonna eat is gonna be an apple with some chili and polvo, Splenda. Just like before. It's the way to do it. Yum, yum, yum. And this is funny, I'll mention it because my mother always laughs when she watches me eat apples. I literally eat everything but the seeds and the stem. Like, in other words, there's no leftover core when Joel eats an apple. To be honest, I'll even eat pineapple skin. I don't do it often, but I have. I don't care. It's all the same. And then literally the last thing I'm eating today, this is our oatmeal, which I made the exact same way, Splenda. Dusting the salt on top, delicious. Might do a little bit of the can't believe it's not butter, but I pretty much hit my fat requirement for the day, or I think I did, to be honest. So, and it's damn good without. I'll try a little bit because I do like that buttery flavor. Pretty damn good. Let's be honest. But anyway, everybody, that was all the eating. Now I'll do a few more questions and close on out. All right, everybody, literally there's just a few more questions by Kimmy VK. What is a food challenge that you've done that you'd like to do again? I mean, there's a couple. I would a lot of the barbecue ones I'd love to do again. Also some burger challenges. Some of the best burgers I've ever had are in Kentucky, actually, at the Grind. None off the top of my head, though, that stands out, to be honest. Lily Valley says, "Hi, Joe, what are your long-term plans when it comes to mukbang?" Well, I didn't really know if I did mukbang, but I definitely could do mukbang. I'd be interested if anyone would actually be interested in that, if that makes sense. Basically, it was saying a lot of interested. Basically, do you want to watch me eat food in front of a camera? But when it comes to food challenges, long-term plans, I can't keep it up forever. Do I see myself doing it in 10 years? No, absolutely not. I would love to keep doing YouTube in 10 years in a different capacity, but food challenges, the times are limited. Haley Halfcock 5155 says, "What is the easiest and hardest food challenge you've done?" Hardest? There's probably about 5 to 10 at this point, which have just pushed me to the absolute limit. One being my most viewed video, the giant steak challenge. Both 2 times I've eaten like 20 pounds of ice cream. There was a great big pie challenge in Texas this past year, pushed me to the absolute limit, which I literally almost crapped my pants. I literally was so close to doing such. Pancake challenges, like I said, there's probably, let's say 10 at this point, which pushed me so much to the end. Easiest, I'm gonna pick something like, I don't know, like I did a bit of oyster challenge this year, which it's not like it was generally easy, but what I'm gonna say is easy because I didn't feel like crap after. You guys maybe don't realize, like there's different, when it comes to food challenges, they're struggling in different points, right? So there's like the actual time of doing it. How complex is it? Is it easy to physically chew and swallow? AKA, like a burrito is easy to chew and swallow, right? A steak is not easy to chew and swallow. You know what I'm saying? Steak takes a lot more chewing than a burrito. Burrito is almost like pre-chewed. So there's like that capacity of easy, to which in that sense, like ice cream's really easy. But then there's size and filling of your stomach and how much liquids and stuff you have to take in, which that can range from being very hard to easy. And then there's how you feel afterwards, which can range from like feeling horrible to like, I feel pretty damn good. So it's like, when you say the term easy, there's a lot of whatevers. Plus there's like then the actual difficulty of it, size, time limit. So yeah. Gabrielle Nunes says, "What should be your favorite Christmas dish?" Turkey. And my second one would be one I actually don't even eat anymore. I literally have not eaten any in the last 2 years. But when it comes to Christmas things, my mother makes a dessert called a Nanaimo bar. Now, a Nanaimo bar, it is a Canadian thing. However, I've had many Nanaimo bars and everyone tastes like butts except my mother's. She makes them very uniquely. And I'm not one to just applaud my mother. My mother does, I love you, Mom, but there's probably about 2 or 3 dishes I'd say my mother does well. I'm not saying she does everything bad, but when I say well, like amazing. You know what I'm saying? So there's about probably 3-ish dishes my mother does exceptionally well, and the Nanaimo bars are one of them. Again, love you, Mom. So yeah, if you guys want to know about those, maybe I'll remind me on a live stream. Maybe I'll let you know in a live stream or show them off. Do you do challenges all year long, or do you go hard for a few months and have enough content for the whole year? So great question, because a lot of people sometimes think I do food challenges every day or every week because of the way the content is staggered out. So no. So basically I'll do a period of challenges and then a period of time off. So for an example, maybe I did a 2-week trip to, let's say, the UK. Then I will have a bit of time off. You know what I'm saying? That's where I edit. That's where I recover. I eat normally and I diet. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Anyway, that pretty much covers all the questions I do say. At least, again, the vast majority of it. So thank you guys for the support. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you enjoyed learning about what I eat in a day and answering that question, answering many other questions. The last thing I will show you, my workout. So the workout I did was a pull day. I think I mentioned earlier. So I did 6 sets of lying hamstring curls. Unfortunately, I have kind of blown out my one knee. I have a partially torn patellar tendon, which never healed properly, so I have a tendinopathy in it. Yeah, long story. That's been a number of years, so I can't really like train legs effectively, at least not the way I'd want to. So that was most of my hamstring. And a weird thingy thing in my back because I had to carry around probably 50 some pounds of carry-on and personal luggage the 2 days ago on my flight home. So my back was a little weird, but I did about 5 sets of dumbbell rows. Then I did reverse flies, bicep curls with a dumbbell, face pulls, curls with like cable rope curls. And then I did some shrugs, and if my back was feeling good, normally I do pull-ups. And normally I do about 5 sets of all those things. And that was my workout. And then I did 30 minutes on the stair climber, pushing it pretty dang hard. So there you go. That was my workout. The workout was an hour and a half-ish. And then the cardio was 30 minutes. So about 2 hours of active activity. Often between my sets, I will try to like lift my legs, like knee raises, or walk around a little bit. And I do not take many breaks, very short breaks. So I push it as best I can. So yeah, there you go, guys. So again, thanks to Dreo, the chef maker, for making this thing happen. So upgrade your kitchen game today with Chef Maker at an unbeatable price this Christmas Day, where you can enjoy a $100 discount and grab your top-rated combi fryer at an incredibly low price. But don't wait, stock is limited, so head to Amazon and grab a Chef Maker today. And because I love the Dreo so much, Dreo is going to offer all my viewers an extra special discount of 40% off for the next 48 hours after this video drops. Yes, an exclusive 40% off discount for the next 48 hours. Click that link down below and use the code Joel, Joel, XAMS. Yes, they definitely made a typo on that code, but it works nonetheless. Click that link in the description down below, and I hope you enjoy the Chef Maker as much as I do.